1692 means we got shots fired, 4:15 ASF.
Hey everybody, Patrick Hostas here. Sorry, you might hear some basset hounds howling, because I like basset hounds and I have a bunch of them. But anyway, we're doing a video here today, me and my daughter here. And what we're going to be discussing is the SWAT officer's story about how he accidentally fired his AR-15 when he was clearing room 134, the negligent discharge of 3 rounds. So in order to understand that, I got my own AR right here, and I'm going to explain to you a little bit about how the weapon actually works and how believable this story is. So let me show you first. First of all, this weapon's been cleared. We cleared it. There's no actual ammunition in this weapon, so don't worry about that. On this side of it is where you typically will, in right-handed shooter, where you have your how you have your finger set up. So right here is the magazine release. So if you're going to drop a magazine, you would hit the button right there. Now on the other side of the weapon is the area that in question, due to or what Officer O'Donnell, what he says caused him to accidentally fire the negligent discharge. Right here you have the fire select, and this is to be manipulated with your thumb typically when you're on this way. So let me turn around. So you'd manipulate it like this. So that's fire. Now I have a legal version of it for a civilian to own, so mine doesn't have a burst or fully automatic. Like the ones in the military, it would go from safe, fire to burst. I think there's some fully auto ones, but I never saw those. So mine doesn't do that. What he says he was doing is he was switching from fire to burst. So he flicked this one more time, and that caused him to pull the trigger, he said. So we're gonna have to kind of simulate that part of it, because I don't have that third selector. So we're gonna have to go from fire to safe, and I'll kind of show what his story was. So that's the basics of the AR-15. So now I'm going to kind of show what he says happened. So he says he's getting ready to breach into the door, and what occurred was he had his weapon ready to go, and he for some reason decided to switch from single fire, where every time you pull the trigger a round's going to go out. He decided to switch to 3-round burst, which would mean 3 bullets would fire out every time you pull the trigger. So what he says occurred, he's ready to go, the breach occurred, he switched it, he hit his his fire select, and squeezed the trigger simultaneously. So I'm going to show you what that looks like, going through it one time real quick. Boom, there's the breach. Like that. So, again, I don't know exactly how you would do this and why you would make such a rookie mistake and be on the SWAT team, but there you go. So he says he went like this, bang, heard the breach, must have had his finger on the trigger, hit the selector, and pulled the trigger. That's the story from Officer O'Donnell. That's it.